Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome to the Battle of the Blackwater on Westeros Total War. Now guys, I want to make a deal with you. If this video can hit 200 likes within 24 hours, I will do a double upload here today, and I will release the Battle of Winterfell, where Ramsay Snow is going to be throwing back Stannis Baratheon. Now, I'm starting a new Total War scenario, massive battles sort of series. Once again, you guys absolutely went crazy with the support for the Third Age, and we also did a couple of others like the Battle of Gargamella and Jerusalem, so I thought I'd bring it back. Game of Thrones is coming back soon. I'm super excited, so why not jump on Westeros Total War and do the Battle of the Blackwater. So we're doing the Battle of the Blackwater and the Siege of King's Landing. I'm going to be taking control of the one true king, Joffrey Baratheon. And we've also got our reinforcements from Tywin Lannister and Loras Tyrell, Mace Tyrell, and Garland and whatnot. We're going to be throwing back Stannis Baratheon. So we have a lot of spearmen, our gold cloaks, and we have crossbowmen. So hopefully we can throw Stannis Baratheon back. And yeah, nice to see the fiery heart, of course. But for this new series, it's not entirely historically accurate, of course. Take it with a pinch of salt. It's just a little bit of fun. The game engine does have some limitations, so we can't obviously have the big explosion that happened in the Battle of the Blackwater. But I've got a lot of battles planned, so stay tuned. Let me know in the comments what other battles you'd like me to see. I'm going to be doing the Battle of Winterfell next, and then I'm going to be doing the Battle of Castle Black, the Massacre at Hardhome, Battle of Oxcross. I've also got a couple written down, but stay tuned for more videos. I want to do the Battle of the Fist of the First Men, the Red Wedding, that'll be quite cool, Siege of Pike, Battle of the Trident. So let me know in the comments what other battles you would like me to do. But yeah, you guys absolutely really enjoy these battles, these scenario battles. You showed, like I said, a crazy amount of support for the Battle of Minas Tirith. The Battle of the Five Armies is actually my most viewed video on my main channel. Got over like 200,000 views, which is absolutely insane, and that's not even a Total War channel. Also the Battle of Helm's Deep, you guys really did quite like that. And also the AI is a little bit glitchy from time to time, so we weren't able to bring in Tywin and obviously the Reachmen. So they're slowly pushing up to the gate. Each army has 2 units of battering rams and 5 units of ladders. So Tywin Lannister is leading out his horse regiment to throw back the incursions, and the men, Joffrey's loyal bannermen, are on the walls ready to throw them back. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys, who is your favourite Game of Thrones character? I might even pose some more questions in the later videos. It's either between Jon Snow and Tyrion Lannister for me. However, there's so many fantastic characters. I feel like Sir Bronn, Jerome Flynn. I don't know if it's... Well, no. Sir Bronn in the books was actually quite funny as well. But Jerome Flynn is absolutely fantastic. I don't actually like Daenerys that much. A bit controversial. I think she annoys me more than anything. That she hasn't really done anything. I just wanted to go to West, to be perfectly honest. But if I had to pick one of my favourite characters, it'd probably be Tyrion. So let me know in the comments. So we're going to be playing a lot of these battles with a lot of armies. I do have a fantastic computer. You're most welcome to look at the About page on my YouTube channel if you want to see specifically the parts I have, or you're curious and whatnot. But obviously Tyrion was incredibly influential in this battle once Joffrey ran. But like in the books, like Tyrion was a huge commander. He was actually a really competent and great one. Rallied his men and absolutely smashed a left flank in the Battle of the Whispering Wood, I think it was, because the Battle of Oxcross. Hang on. No, okay, right. Yeah, it was the Battle of the Green Fork he did really well in. The Battle of Whispering Wood and the Battle of Oxcross was a decisive Stark victory, from what I can remember. But, yeah, obviously in the TV show they did have limitations. They would like either knock him out or have a quick fade of a battle because they had a low budget. But I completely understand. We'll have some fantastic battles later on. But it's just a shame. There were so many great battles in the the battle, the conflict, the War of the Five Kings, which is obviously where the Battle of the Blackwater takes place, the Siege of King's Landing. So they're slowly getting up and upon the walls. The ladders have been struck. Stannis Baratheon is charging. But obviously, the end battle of this was a decisive Joffrey Baratheon, House Baratheon King's Landing victory. The commanders for this battle was obviously for the Stannis side, House Stannis Baratheon, the Baratheon side of it. So King Stannis led the charge, of course. Pretty prominent commanders also. Sir Roland Storm, Salladhor Sand, Sir Davos. For the defence of King's Landing was led by, obviously, Joffrey and Tyrion Lannister. Sandor Clegane. And at the start, during the siege, there was actually 21,000 men loyal to King Joffrey within the city. 16... No, sorry, I've got the numbers the wrong way around here. My mistake. Let's say that again. So Stannis, right, had 21,000 men attacking King's Landing. 200 ships as well. Now, within the garrison, within King's Landing, there was estimated between 7,000 to 8,000 men made up of self-swords and city watch. They also had a small navy before they moved it out. So Stannis was actually going to win this battle, and he would have, except for the massive relief force that Tywin Lannister managed to get. Now, Tywin Lannister within his own host had estimated between 10,000 to 20,000 Lannisters. That's within his army. So obviously that is about the same size as Stannis's. However, you're missing another key component. There were 50,000 Tyrell Reachmen within that cavalry. So the reinforcing relief army had 65 estimated 1,000 men coming. King's Landing had 7,000 to 8,000 and Stannis only had 21,000. He had nowhere to run after most of his ships got burnt. So there was a lot of casualties within that battle. Of course, a couple of Lawrence died as well, but Stannis is slowly starting to push up the Tyrells who managed to get earlier to the battle. Like I said, this is not entirely meant to be historically accurate. You got to take it with a pinch of salt. It's just a little bit of fun. So obviously, in this scenario, in this alternate universe, the Tyrells and the Lannisters managed to get within the city early. They must have raised their banners a lot quickly, but Joffrey's pushing them out. Tywin, obviously the Tyrells, Mace Tyrell, the faction leader of the house back then, charging with his brothers, sorry, not brothers, his sons, Garland, Loras, and obviously the famous general, Randall Tarly. A bit of a bastard, isn't he? Of course. We're slowly slugging and fighting them on the walls. But guys, please take note that this massive custom battle scenario series is not going to replace my campaigns, of course. Still uploading the Emirate of Cordoba. My Austrian campaign is just wrapped up, however, and I've still got my co-op with Lionheart X10 on the Age of Charlemagne DLC. I'm playing as the Franks, and he's playing as the Danes. I had a bit of internal problems, a couple of civil wars, but we're going to be pushing upon Angria and Westphalia. Furthermore, he's invading England, pillaging and raiding. It's quite nice, but we've got some guards of the rock here, engaging Stannis' swordsmen. Then he's got some Stormland great swords. So it's going to be interesting. Will we throw back the 4 stacks of Stannis Baratheon? I've decided to move my units here from the other side because that army of Stannis actually moved further around. And these guys will basically useless. So I'm going to get some nice cinematic shots, hopefully. I do plan on doing more Westeros Total War videos. I might go back and do some more Third Age. Might even go to Rome 2 and do some historical battles, but if you guys are familiar, like what I did with my Third Age, when I did the Battle of the Five Armies, Moria, Rivendell, Edoras, what else do? Battle of Minas Tirith and Helm's Deep. I'm going to do the same with this. So we've got the Battle of the Blackwater now, obviously the Siege of King's Landing. I'm going to be doing the Battle of Winterfell next, where we're going to be playing with Ramsay Snow. Well, at that point he's Ramsay Bolton, but he's still technically Ramsay Snow. The Tyrells have pushed out of the gateway, and we're throwing back Stannis Baratheon's force here. Most of our army is in cavalry, but we're supporting fire from the arrow towers and the cavalry charge. You should be able to throw them back, even though we're not hitting them from behind, and they were deployed outside of the field within the battle. But yeah, I have a deal. I made a deal with you guys at the start. If you can remember, if this video can hit 200 likes within 24 hours, I will do the Battle of Winterfell. I'll upload it and release it earlier. Yeah, let me know in the comments what other battles you'd like me to do. Obviously, I've got a couple written down, but I'm sure there's some I've missed, and nothing is set in stone, of course. Want to do the Battle of Castle Black, playing as the Night's Watch, throwing back the wildlings, with the help of Stannis Baratheon, funnily enough, of course. The Massacre of Hardhome, there's a mod where it puts in White Walkers and the Whites, the others, and whatnot. So we're playing as the wildlings and the Night Watch on our side, trying to throw them back. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit hard. The Battle of Oxcross, pretty decent victory for Robb Stark in the Riverlands. In the Battle of the Five Kings, we'll be taking the command as the Starks, and hopefully trying to win the battle against the Lannisters. Battle of the Fist of the First Men, obviously a others and whites victory over the Night's Watch. The Red Wedding, I don't know how I'd sort of do this. Maybe I could do like an ambush. Have like, obviously, the phrase ambush the Starks. That'd be quite cool. The Siege of Pike, which is obviously before Robert's Rebellion. No, sorry. The Siege of Pike was after Robert's Rebellion, once he took the throne. The Battle of the Trident was during Robert's Rebellion, so that'd be quite cool. But I'm sure there's some other battles. Let me know in the comments what others you'd like me to do. It also doesn't necessarily have to be Westeros. Like I said before, I did do the Battle of Gargamella, playing as the Macedonians against the Persians. And I have done the Siege of Jerusalem, commanding Balin of Ibelin, throwing back Saladin with the Crusade States. That was quite fun. So, it looks like the Tyrell and the Lannister cavalry are pushing out here. My men are still holding onto the walls, but they have pushed. We don't have any swordsmen as King Joffrey. We did have some gold cloaks, but these spearmen are doing just as well. They're not doing too great against those Stormland greatswords, however. Stannis has some fantastic units in his army build. These crossbowmen here aren't really doing overly that much. And we also have cavalry in reserve. Tywin's not throwing everyone out, typical. They're not need be. So I have some spearmen here that are sitting flat-footed. The gateway is open because my cavalry kept on charging out. There's no way for me to control the gates. So now while they're engaging them on the walls, I've made the decision to throw them out. We can hit them from behind that are running up. Nice engagement here. Getting some nice cinematic shots. This is really fun. A really enjoyable battle. Hopefully we can prevail. But in these sieges from time to time the AI does glitch out. I really should have learned my lesson. I completely forgot. The same sort of thing happened in the Siege of Jerusalem. I should have put a battle timer on, so it ended the battle, because sometimes the AI glitches out and doesn't really know what to do because they can't really run away or anything.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset.
So they are routing here, as you can see, but they're sort of standing flat-footed and letting the arrow towers rain fire and death upon them. The Reachmen are screaming out from the gate and fighting them on the field. They're actually doing surprisingly well against the armoured spearmen and the armoured swordsmen of Stannis Baratheon. Still relatively close. Oh, here we go. An enemy general has fallen. Captain Gowan. Most of Stannis' forces are routing though. But it's nice to see a ray of green. But like I said, the AI does glitch out from time to time. There was a unit of Tyrells there, not entirely sure what they're doing. Spearmen are doing well. Pushed out from that gateway.
The enemy are badly blooded.
Nicely done. What's happening on the other
Lost
side?
half their men.
The cavalry's still pushing out of the gateway. Obviously I can't control them. What's happening over on this other side where they pushed up? My swordsmen aren't coping well at all against those Stormland Great Swords. They are at Stormland Great Swords. Getting a little bit tongue-tied. They're absolutely tearing up.
Has no honor.
They are shaken though.
The field of battle and abandons
Come on, brave men of House Joffrey. I really do like the Baratheon and Lannister Lion split, of course. Another enemy general has fallen. Captain Goulian. Goulian, I guess. It's with a G. Goulian, Julian. Oh, Christ. How do we fare outside the walls now? My army is nearly battered, but Tyrells, led by Mace, and the Lannister guards of the Rock and Cavalry are doing quite well. But you got to give it to Stannis. He is holding fast. Not leaving an inch. Crossbowmen still picking their targets, aiming, loosing. The other side where I told my spearmen to charge out are doing quite nicely, picking apart the remaining units. How are those great swords doing? Oh, we broke. Those spearmen absolutely got smashed. So now those great swords have pushed even further up for the remnant of that smaller engagement. However, never fear, the Tyrells do have a unit of on the walls, and we have Lannister reinforcing cavalry. We also have a unit of spearmen here that shouldn't be just sitting there. They must have been one of the units that fled from the great sword engagement. Okay. Those units of Stannis's that were on the walls have pushed down off the walls and engaging us into the town square. But I don't really know how long the longevity of this battle has left, because everything seems to be glitching out a bit. Even my allied units, I am slowly whittling down my host that I can control, but as you see here, there's a unit of spearmen trying to get out, and they're glitching pretty hard. I really should have put a battle time up, but I'm still quite happy with this battle. It was a nice recreation. Like I said, not meant to be entirely historically accurate. Just a bit of a pinch of salt. Have a bit of fun. But yeah, the AI does go stupid from time to time. So I might just have to end the battle. But I would count this as a victory. We're absolutely smashing Stannis. And even if it's a draw, it's going to be a pretty bad draw for him, regardless of what you can call it. He lost a significant amount of his host. More men glitching out. The Tyrells have a... God knows why they have a unit there. So guys, unfortunately the AI is glitched out way too much, just sort of stuck and frozen, but I'm going to have to remember if I do another big siege like this to put the turn time limit. But guys, I'm going to have to end it here and obviously quit the battle. I will run through the stats, of course. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And just thanks for supporting me, of course. If you haven't already liked the video, highly recommend you do. If this video gets 200 likes within 24 hours, I'll upload the Battle of Winterfell. As soon as it hits 200 likes, I'll upload it early, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for future content. Check out my social media links, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend you do. Obviously, Twitter is absolutely fantastic. Every time I post a YouTube video, a tweet goes out, and unresolved, apparently. We lost 1,579 men in the engagement. Tywin lost 556. Mace lost, 257. However, we absolutely smashed Stannis' army. So guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Stay tuned for more content on Simpzy Total War, especially the scenario battles. Goodbye.